Hello, I'd like to share my reading and solution to this HackerRank problem called default arguments. First of all, getting this template code to show up might be fixed by toggling the language here. When I first ran it, I just got a blank screen, but when I toggled the language, then the default code pops in. There's a lot of people complaining about that. Could be something to do with the browser. But yeah, I want to solve it in a red-green refactor kind of way, so you can kind of show how debugging occurs in the real world rather than just thinking through the problem, without hitting the code. So I'll just read it first. In this challenge, the task is to debug the existing code to successfully execute all provided test files. Python supports a useful concept of default argument values. Yeah, that's what's going on right here. We can assign a default value which is going to be used as the value of said argument if the function is called without it. For example, consider the following increment function. Yeah, the default value here is 1. The function works like this. Yeah, if you invoke the function without a second parameter, it's going to assume 1, in which case 4 plus 1 is 5. Right. Debug the given function print from stream using the default value of one of its arguments. The function has the following signature. Print from stream 2 parameters. Right. This function should print the first n values returned by getNext. Let's take a look at that. So basically, getNext is just saving the prior value, incrementing it, and then returning the prior value. Same thing on both objects here, except the current starts at 1. So basically, the odd stream is going to start at 1 and increment 2 each time, and the even stream is going to start at 0 and increment 2 each time. Right, so yeah, this is just big wordy words for describing what this code is doing, and I don't really agree with their way of describing it. Your function will be tested on several cases by the locked template code. The input is read by the provided lock code template. In the first line, there is a single integer q denoting the number of queries. Yeah, they're just describing, the number of queries looks like this, followed by an integer. Right. Each of the following q lines contains a stream name followed by an integer n. Right. The output is produced by the provided and locked code template for each of the queries. Stream name comma n. If the stream name is even, then print from stream is called. Otherwise, if the stream name is odd, right? Yeah, they're just describing this code that they've given us down here. Right. So yeah, so the danger of using a default object is that it's going to assume instantiation is the first time you use it, and the second time you use it, the problem is going to be the second time you use a default variable that's an object, that is an object which needs instantiation, then the subsequent runs of the code will use contaminated prior instances. Right. Right, and so that's the description that's a description of the problem that they're trying to get us to wrap our head around. So let's just get started with the red-green refactor. I like to make a build run I like to. This is the code that's going to help us. It passes in the unit test and produces the. Basically, this does the same thing HackerRank is doing for us. And then we can paste in the code. Very good. Okay. Now I need the input o1.text, which has the example they give us. And then we're going to paste in the correct answer. Change the script to executable, else it'll complain. Run that. No such file or directory. Oh yeah, because I want to disable the second unit test. Yeah. Run that real quick. Okay, so this is part of the exercise. Reasoning through the test case they give us is not going to help you because the problem does not occur with this path through the code. You have to understand, you have to read, you read what they want, you read what it's doing, and then you say, wait a minute, you want the streams to reset at 0 every single time. So you got start at 1, start at 0, start at 1. So when you have a default stream, then you're not gonna, it's gonna, so the contaminated data is this on line 3 and line 12. So how do we fix that? Well, let's just get a failing test. So you run that, pass. Okay, so to make a failing test, input o1, let's 2.text. Okay, so the easiest way is to make 2 examples and 2 even numbers. That's the minimum possible way to express this error. And if you give me 2 even numbers, then put o1.text, put 2. So I expect that to be O202. Let's just run that real quick and then see what we got. Oops, I gotta enable the second unit test here. Okay, right. Yeah, so the second test case said I expected 0202, but you gave me 0246. You say, what? Where did this 4 come from? Well, let's go through the code. You looked at line 31, you saw queries, you saw 2. We're going to iterate here 2 times. You get stream name was even and 2. Okay, so there it is. We're hitting the instantiation. The instantiation occurs when print from stream executes the first time, and when that happens, the init method is run, which stamps that in memory. So even stream, right? Even stream, line 6 is stamped into existence. Get next does its correct thing, which is return the previous value and increment, and then increment that memory. So okay, so then how do you stop it? Well, there's many ways to stop it. You could force an instantiation every time by doing something like stream.init. That would do it. Let's run that. 2 pass tests. Right. Okay, so that basically tells this object to refresh every time we use it. Now another way you could do it is by saying if stream is none, stream equals even stream. Right. See, that will be slightly less work. Let's run that. Hey, failed. Why did it fail? Huh. Okay. That is not. If stream is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Duh. Right. None. Yeah. If you make it default to none, and you say if it's none, then we're gonna make it local. Right. So instantiate locally, which is destroyed when function is done. Print from stream is done. And then if I run that, yeah, 2 pass tests. Right. Okay, so this is kind of how we can convince ourselves that what we're doing is the answer to what they want from us. So this, let's just paste that in there and see if we get a positive result. So the code. Oh, of course, indentation. Huh? Right. There. Pasting. Oh. Yeah, it's just a copy paste issue. There he goes, and it works. So you get points because now you understand why the danger. The danger is don't contaminate objects and control firmly when objects are instantiated. So run it and save it, and we're done.